This is example 2 for the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem states that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And now we're given our problem, our stem of our problem, in a little different format. They give us a triangle P, Q, and R, where P and R are the legs and Q is the hypotenuse. And it says if P is 28 and R is 45, what is the length of Q? So the first thing I would suggest doing is putting the numbers in where they go. So P is 28, R is 45, and Q is what we're being asked to find. So when we plug in the Pythagorean theorem, once again they give us both legs. So 28 squared plus 45 squared equals Q squared. And now we're going to have to calculate 28 squared and 45 squared. Now, if you have a calculator, that's easy enough to do, but I'm going to assume that you don't get to use a calculator because in the state of Oklahoma, you're not allowed to use a calculator on the state test. So, for 8th grade, Pythagorean theorem. So 8 times 8 is 64. Carry the 6. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. So always remember to get rid of what you carried before you multiply with your next number. So now we're going to multiply by this 2. It's in the 10th spot, so make sure you put in your 0, or at least come over. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So now we're going to add together 224 and 560, and that gives us 784. So that's 784. And then 45 times 45. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 20 plus 2 is 22. Put in the 0, 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 16 and 2 is 18. And we get 2025. Okay, so we're going to add together 784 and 2025. 5 and 4 makes 9. 8 and 2 is 10. Carry the 1. So 7 and 0 is 0, or 7 plus 1 is 8. And then we get a 2. So Q squared is equal to 2,809. So Q then is equal to the square root of 2,809. Now, taking that square root without a calculator, it's a pretty difficult task. But the state test does something for you that makes this problem much, much easier, and that is their multiple choice. Okay? So one of my multiple choice is a square root. It's the square root of 1241. So I know that b, the square root of 1241, is not correct because I need the square root of 2809. And now we're going to use a technique which is quite often helpful in the multiple choice test, in that if I can knock out any answers as being wrong, if I can knock out all the answers but one as being wrong, then I know the correct answer, because one of those 4 has to be right. And what we're going to use is the fact that when I multiply a number twice, the very first digit, the ones column digit, is a result of the first multiplication. 8 times 8 is 64, carry the 6, so that's a 4. 64 means that the ones place has to be a 4. Well, if I do 5 times 5 and get 25, that means the 1 place has to be a 5. And it's got to be a 5 because, remember, we always have to put in that 0 or bump over, so this first digit never changes. So let's look at the number that we got for an answer, 2,809. The last digit must be a 9. And that multiplication will be due to multiplying either 53 times 53, 52 times 52, or 49 times 49. Let's just do the first multiplication of each one. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4. 9 times 9 is 81, carry the 8. So, my ones digits for 53 squared is a 9. For 52 squared is a 4. For 49 squared is a 1. And I have a 9 in the ones digit. So I know for a fact that C is not right and D is not right because 52 has a 4 and 9 has a 1. Now I don't know for sure that 53 times 53 is 2,809. But I do know if one of those four choices must be correct, A has got to be right because it's the only one that could possibly be true. Now if you wanted to, you could then carry it out just to check it. 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 5 is 15, 0. 15, carry the 1, 26. 9, 10, carry the 1, 7. I get 2,700. Oh, yeah, I didn't add when I carried the 1. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And be careful with a 2. So we get 2,809, which is indeed the number that we're looking for. So yes, it is correct, but we didn't have to do all that work. All we had to do was multiply that n number and see which one matches up to be the n number of our square root. And it's as simple as that.